Hello, my name is Fumi Olayinka, and I am the host of Inspire Circle, where I seek to encourage you, inspire you, and empower you to be the best version of yourself. My assignment this season is to help you and to support you to birth the greatness that is on your inside. As a result, today we'll be exploring the topic 5 distractions that you need to overcome to birth your greatness. Before we start on our topic today, I just want you to know that you have an adversary. Likewise, we all have an adversary, and it's called the devil. He knows that God has a great plan for us. He knows that you have greatness on your inside. He knows that you have the capacity to live a significant life. But he will do anything to put in your path hurdles, to put problems, to put challenges in your way to prevent you from achieving the greatness that you were born to be. And that is why today, again, we are going to be looking at some of those distractions, some of those challenges that he puts in our mind, because he operates mostly from our thought level to prevent us from stepping into the abundance, from stepping into the greatness that God has ordained for our lives. One thing that the enemy is going to bring to you is to tell you that you are too old, that age is against you. But I want you to understand that irrespective of your age, either you are young or you are old, the dreams that God has given unto you, they are still valid. Paul said something to Timothy. He says, do not let any man despise you because of your age. And maybe you are listening to me today. You feel you are young, too young to step into the things that God is calling you to step fulfilling the dream that God has put into your heart. This is a confirmation that you should take yourself up and begin to fulfill your dreams. Another person rather was Joseph. When God showed Joseph his dream, he was a teenager. He was a pretty young boy, but he did not allow the distractions that came on his way to prevent him from fulfilling his dreams. And we have examples of old people that they also fulfilled their dreams. The former president of South Africa is also an example. At the age of 77, he fulfilled his dream of becoming the president of a nation. The same thing with the owner of Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Sanders. At age 65, he stepped into that dream of starting a business. The same thing with Abraham and Sarah. They did not receive the child of promise, step into their dreams until Abraham was 100 years old. So what age are you that you feel you cannot start fulfilling your dreams or step into the things that God has showed you? I want you to understand that irrespective of your age, young or old, you are still needed. You are still valuable in the eyes of God to step into that dream. Another distraction that the enemy might bring along your path is the issue of time. But I want you to understand that irrespective of the time that you are in, just like we talked about the first one, the age, you have time to fulfill your dreams. Maybe God placed something in your heart when you were a teenager, and life happens. You could not start pursuing that dream. You could not fulfill that dream. Just like Joseph, he was from being sold by his brothers. He found himself in the pit, from the pit to the prison, from the prison to becoming a slave. So life happens, and likewise, life happens to us too. Life has happened to you, and you could not fulfill that dream in time. I want you to understand, and I'm also encouraging you that dream is still valid. That dream can still be achieved. Look at the time that you have left, not the time that has gone, not the time that has passed, not the time that has been wasted, so to say, but look at the time that you have left. As long as you are still a living entity, you have enough time, you have enough hope to begin to pursue and to fulfill the dream that God has given you. Another distraction that the enemy is going to place in your path, which is the third one we are going to talk about, is your past. A lot of us there's nobody without a past. Some we want to remember and some we don't want to remember. But irrespective of what your past is, I want you to know that you can still achieve the dreams that are in your heart. In fact, the Bible says in the book of Isaiah chapter 43, it says, forget the former things. Forget the things that are behind. Forget the past things, the past abortion you had. Forget the past failures. Forget even the past success, because I'm going to do a new thing. And that is what you should focus on this season. Focus on the dreams that God has given unto you. Forget about the past mistake, the past guilt, the past things that happened. Leave them where they should be in the past. Because the more you begin to focus on your past, it will become difficult for you to step into the great things, into the great future that God has for you. The fourth thing is our words, and our words are very important. There is power in the spoken word. And this has to do with the words you speak to yourself or the words other people speak into your life. That is why you have to be careful of the words that you speak about your dreams. And I want to ask you this question: do you speak into your dreams? And what kind of words do you speak when you speak into your dreams? It is time you understand that you need to take the time. You need to be intentional about the words that you speak about yourself. Do you see yourself where God has put you? And are you consistently speaking in alignment with the things that God has said about you? If you are not, I want you to start from today. Speak in alignment with the dreams that God has given unto you. As God said you will be great, yes, He has said you'll be great. So begin to speak in alignment with the greatness that God has promised you. Begin to speak in alignment with the fruitfulness that God has promised you. Begin to speak in alignment with the place that God is taking you to. And somebody actually said, speak the language of where you are going to. Begin to speak the language of your dreams. Begin to speak the language of your destination. The last thing that could prevent you from fulfilling your dream is lack of resources. And it could be lack of money, it could be lack of counsel, it could be lack of anything. But I don't want you, because you lack resources, to prevent you from fulfilling your dreams. I remember the time that I started my channel. It was pretty difficult. I consider that I don't have the wherewithal, the know-how, the technology to do the thing I wanted to do, because I really wanted to be a blessing to people. But I said I was going to start all the same. I remember that my picture or my video quality was nothing to write home about. But as I persisted, as I progressed, it began to get better. So don't allow the lack of resources to prevent you from fulfilling your dreams. Whatever God has placed in your heart to do, the Bible says, do not despise the days of little beginning. Don't despise that oil that is in your hands, that jar of oil that is in your hands. Don't despise it. It's the starting point for the fulfillment of your dreams. It's the starting point for you to step into your greatness. I want to believe that value has been added onto you today, and I don't want you to keep this value to yourself. I want you to pass it on. I want you to share this video with somebody that is going to be a blessing to. And before we go, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, this is Inspire Circle. I want you to hit the button down below. Just click the button down below. It's not going to take you up to 1 second, I believe, and you will be part of the people that will be notified anytime I put out a new content. I want to say thank you for always being with me here and joining me on my channel. And I want to say till we see another time, have a wonderful week. Bye.